In example 1, we need to write an equation in slope-intercept form based on the given table. The y-intercept occurs when x is 0. So this right here is the y-intercept. It's 0, 2. The slope can be done in a few different ways. One way to look at this is to find the difference between the x's. That's going to go on the bottom. So from 1 to 2 is positive 1, or to get from 1 to 2 you have to add 1. Then we're going to look here at the change in y, and that's negative 2. To get from 0 to negative 2 you got to go down 2 or negative 2. So the slope for this one is going to be just negative 2. Alternatively, you could pick any 2 points and use your formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That'll still get you a slope of 2, or negative 2. To write this equation in slope-intercept form, the slope is the coefficient of x, and the y-intercept is 2. This next one, we're going to identify the y-intercept. I look in the x column to see if I see a 0, and the corresponding y value is what we'll see in slope-intercept form for the y-intercept. The slope, and you can pick any 2 points. So we'll pick this one maybe. To go from negative 1 to 0 is up 1, or excuse me, right 1. And then for this one, 8 to 10 would be plus 2. So this slope is just 2. So this will be y is equal to 2x plus 10. Notice how even if you picked this pair, the change in x would be positive 2, and the change in y would be positive 4. And 4 divided by 2 is still 2. That's the slope. We'll do a couple more here. So we've got C and D. In this case, we don't see an x value of 0, but we do have some values we can work with. So negative 4, negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0 would be the next logical conclusion here, just adding 1 every time. Here it seems like we're subtracting 3. So negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. Looks like the y-intercept would be 0, negative 6. And if you'd like to graph this one, you could. The slope then, we're going to look at the change in y over the change in x. That's the slope formula, change in y over change in x. Or, in the previous example I gave you, y sub 2 minus y sub 1, or the second y minus the first y, over the second x minus the first x. That'll get you the change in y over the change in x. But we can see that from the table here. To go from negative 1 to 0, that's positive 1. And then, remember, we're going down 3. So negative 3 divided by positive 1 is negative 3. Negative 3x minus 6 would be the slope-intercept form. The slope is the coefficient of the x, and the negative 6 here is the y part of the y-intercept. Here we're going to use some reverse reasoning. So we've got 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, and we're looking for x to be 0. The corresponding y value would be the y-intercept. Minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So the y-intercept is 0, negative 1. The slope, we can pick any 2 points. Let's just pick these 2. So the change in x is positive 1, and the change in y is positive 3. It would be okay to go the reverse direction as well. For instance, from 2 to 1 is negative 1. But we need to go the same direction here. So from 5 to 2 would be negative 3, and negative 3 divided by negative 1 is still 3. The slope for a line will remain constant. We write the slope as the coefficient of x, and the y-intercept is negative 1, or the y part of the y-intercept.